let's explore drawing in one-point perspective. So when you're drawing in one-point perspective, you basically have one vanishing point, and the lines that kind of go into and out of the page are going to converge to that vanishing point. All your horizontal lines that are parallel to the horizon are going to stay horizontal, and all your vertical lines that are straight up and down are going to stay completely vertical. I'm going to be doing this demonstration using a triangle as a straight edge. In some instances, you might not want to use a straight edge because it's going to slow you down a little bit. But for this demonstration, we're going to use one. I'm also going to start off with the fine liner. So let's go ahead and draw in our one vanishing point. And when you get more familiar with perspective, you don't actually have to literally draw in the vanishing points. But for now, for practice, we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll also drop in a horizon line here. And so let's just draw a cube shape. So to do the horizontal edges of the front face, we want those to be just regular horizontal, straight across. So let's go ahead and draw those lines. OK. And our vertical lines are going to stay completely vertical. So we'll go ahead and draw those in. And the other edges are going to converge to the vanishing point. So let's go ahead and draw those in. There's one edge. And here's another edge. And flip over here. And draw that edge in. And finally, this last edge right here. And then we just need to draw in the top edge, which will end up kind of right about there. And there's our cube. So I'll go ahead and darken that a bit with the sign pen just to make it a little bit clearer. OK, so there you have it, a one-point perspective cube. And just to get the point across, let's go ahead and exaggerate that shape a little bit and draw it off center. And that will exaggerate the perspective a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and continue these lines over. And draw in the vertical face. And I'm going to make this a little bit more of a rectangular prism instead of a cube. And then these edges go right back to the vanishing point. And then we just need to draw the back edges in. Maybe we'll end this shape right about here. And then we'll end this shape right about here. OK. So once again, I'll darken stuff in with the sign pen. And then hopefully you'll be able to see that shape a little bit better. All right, so there is a rectangular prism in one-point perspective. Quick demonstration. You also might notice that there's a little bit of smudging on this page. That's because I'm just using regular copy paper. If you wanted to get cleaner sketches, you could use something called marker paper. And that's a specific type of paper that doesn't allow the markers to bleed away. You can also use a triangle that has an inking edge, which is basically a little face that juts out of the edge and kind of lets the ink seep under the triangle and not have the triangle or the straight edge kind of smudge up the paper while you're working. So there's a quick demonstration of drawing a few shapes in one-point perspective. And you can build up those shapes to form more complicated drawings. And so we can take a look at a few examples of that now. So our first example here just uses a few simple shapes in 1-point perspective to construct what looks like a living room. Maybe this is a living room, I don't know, in the 70s. You can see there's no flat screen TV present. It's kind of bare. But you can recognize that just a few simple shapes were used, and it does easily give the perception of being in a living room type area. Our second example uses, once again, basic shapes in 1-point perspective. You can see the guidelines on the sketch, and you get the perception of being in a kitchen. And so this is 1-point perspective, simple shapes put together in order to get a kitchen room drawing.